everyone, welcome back to Homemaking 101. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make apple cinnamon granola. Now I'm going to be using the apples that I dried in my previous video. So we're going to take these guys and we're going to go ahead and put them in some granola. So let's get started. Alright, so first we're going to go ahead and use our old-fashioned oats. I don't measure, so I just kind of pour until it looks about right. So there's going to be quite a few cups of oats. I would say probably 4 cups maybe of oats. Okay, so we have our oats in here. So next I'm going to go ahead and add some cinnamon. So I'm going to put a tablespoon. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. There's 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. I'm also going to add some nutmeg. We do almost a teaspoon of that, not quite because nutmeg's a little bit stronger, so you don't want to put too much of that in. Okay, so now I'm going to add some vanilla. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of vanilla. An apple. So just break these guys into pieces. So you don't want too big of a chunk of apple. You can break them in half or in thirds as well, depending on the size. Some of my apples are a little bit longer than the other ones. So those I'll break into thirds. Okay, so we're just going to continue breaking these until we have all the apples that we want. That I had, and I just give this a little stir, just to make sure I had enough apples in here. So next we're going to go ahead and add just a couple raisins, just to give it some more fruit. You can really put whatever dried fruit in you want. I'm not going to put a whole lot, just a couple. Give that a good stir. Alright, so now we are going to add our honey. Just going to pour it over top. Alright, so I'm going to start with that for now. You can always add more if we need. So we're just going to go ahead and mix this up. You do need quite a bit of honey. I'm going to use maple syrup as well to get it to stick together. Otherwise your granola is not going to cook. You could also use agave nectar if you want it as well. I prefer to use honey and maple syrup. Just gonna pour a little bit of maple syrup in here too. Just keep stirring it until it looks like it's starting to cook together. It's starting to cook pretty well. I'm going to put the rest of my maple syrup in here because it still needs some more. So now we're gonna go ahead and come over here. I went ahead and lined my large baking sheet with parchment paper. We're gonna go ahead and pour our granola onto it. Scrape our bowl out really well. Now we're just going to spread this out to a thin layer if we can, as much as possible. You don't want it to be too thick on your pan, or it's not going to bake great. All right, so we're going to put this in the oven at about 325 degrees. We're going to bake it for 10 minutes, and then we're going to take it out and stir it. So this baked for 10 minutes already, so I'm going to go ahead and stir it around. You don't want any of the edges to burn. All right, looks pretty good. And we're gonna put it back in for another 10 minutes. So we're gonna keep doing 10 minutes and stirring, 10 minutes and then stirring until it's completely baked. All right, so our granola is finished baking. I went ahead and pulled it out of the oven. I did bake it about 25 minutes. You don't wanna really do too much more than that because your edges will start to burn even though you're stirring. So we're gonna let it sit on the pan and cool completely, and then we'll go ahead and transfer it to a bag. All right, so I went ahead and transferred my granola into a bag. As you can see, we got a pretty large bag of granola. So I'm just gonna go ahead and zip it up. And then this will last quite a while. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe below.